Spreading all around my room, my world's so bright, it's hard to breathe, but that's alright. Hush.
What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video here on the World of Juice channel, and welcome back to another episode of the All-American Dynasty here on College Football 25. Today, we have to rally back. Last episode, it didn't go our way. It was kind of annoying, actually. We lost the game against Penn State. I knew going into that game, it was going to be annoying. We were going on the road into their stadium. It's always frustrating to go to their place, and it ended up catching us, and we lost. It was our first loss in the series' history, because all of last year we were undefeated and won the national title, and then all of this year up to that point we were undefeated as well. So our first loss in the entire series comes to the hands of Penn State, and it just reassures my hatred for those stupid Penn State fans and stupid Penn State players that play for that program. So we have to rally back. We have to come back, and it's not like we get an easy one today either. We got to go from Penn State to Michigan State and take down the number 20 ranked undefeated Spartans in their place. So we just go from buzzsaw to buzzsaw, back-to-back weeks. What a schedule we've got going on right now in the meat of the season. We need to rally back. We need to bounce back. We need to get a victory, prove our dominance, and remind the world who the Ohio State University is. So let's go and do that right now. If you're going to enjoy, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, join the Juice Club, and let's go beat the snot out of the Spartans. Now, unlike the game against Penn State, I don't think Penn State was ranked, if I'm remembering correctly. Yeah, they're not even ranked here. So even after beating us, who I think we were the number 1 or number 2 team in the nation, either one, they're still not even ranked. So they're having such a bad year, and they still caught us 24-14. It was very annoying. But now we have to go to Michigan State, then we have to play Iowa, then we get a little bit of a breather against Indiana, but then we've got Nebraska, Oregon, and Michigan all the last 3 episodes of the season. It's going to be a meat grinder of a schedule here coming down the stretch. If you're curious about recruiting, this is how we've done so far. We've got a bunch of 5 stars, some 4 stars, but like I've mentioned in the previous video, we're probably not going to go further than this year in terms of the All-American Dynasty, because College Football 26 will come out very, very soon. And since we're only in week number 9 and these videos come out like once a week, we're probably not going to be able to get through another season before College Football 26 comes out, because we've got this episode, then we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, plus, as long as we win all those games, plus Big Ten Championship, which would be 6, plus all of the playoffs, which could be up to like 10. So there's still a good chunk of this season left to go, and that's obviously on the high end. So who knows how this season's going to end, and who knows when it'll end in real life. Will it end in June? Will it end in July? I don't know, but we definitely have to end it before College Football 26 comes out, because I'm planning on doing another All-American Dynasty for College Football 26. Now, that series will be faster paced than just doing one video per per game. That we will move past faster in that series, but this one only one per video. But we've got the Spartans up. I've played the Spartans plenty of times in different iterations, but never in this type of situation where we need a win badly to get back on the right track. So on the road, hostile environment against the Spartans, we gotta just absolutely torch them.
Welcome to East Lansing, Michigan, Spartan Stadium and home of the Michigan State Spartans. A couple of teams trying to stake their claim to being among the best in the country in this top 25 showdown we have in store. as we'll see the number 15 team in the country, the Ohio State Buckeyes, taking on the 20th ranked team in the land, the Michigan State Spartans. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack, and Jesse Palmer with me. Guys, it's time to get it going.
We begin on the road here against the Spartans of Michigan State, kicking the ball off to them, and we need to have a dominant game. There can be no wishy-washy type of performance. There can be no battle down the stretch, tight game in the fourth quarter type of thing. No, this needs to be a blowout by the end of the first quarter if I'm going to feel confident about this one. So we need to have an absolute, utterly dominant performance that leaves no doubt that they are not on the same level. Now, we know on paper they're not the same level, but, I mean, Penn State was clearly not on the same level as us on paper, but they came out and they absolutely just destroyed us. So, and the quarterback for the Spartans there got upended by Erasmus James. That was kind of insane there. I didn't think he was going to get taken down like that. It becomes a quick 3rd and 11. And Jadeveon Clowney trying to make a sack, and he's got the pressure. Jadeveon Clowney, the freshman, makes a huge play, sacking the quarterback, and they will have a 3 and out. That is the most perfect start you could have. Well, I guess it's not the perfect start you could have, because obviously it would be like a one-play interception would be the most perfect start you could have. But a 3 and out is exactly what we needed. And now we got to come out here and absolutely score a touchdown. That's what we need to do. Let's go and do it. Let's go and do it. I don't know what play we're going to run, because I'm still kind of shaken after the Penn State game. It's the 22nd toughest place to play in college football this year. That's great. I love having to play in one of the top 25 toughest places to play. And I'm going to have to get that ball away. It's going to be incomplete. They brought unbelievable pressure when I had a play action. Maybe play action was the wrong idea, but I mean, I had to call something to maybe catch them off guard early. And now it's a quick 3 and 9, or 3 and 9? What am I, a third grader? A quick 3rd and 9. If I can get that up to Steve Largent, turn up the field, Steve! They call him down. They called him down. I don't know how you call that down, but they called it down before he got the ball across. It's not even inches. They're going to call that, oh, I made a bad throw. It's intercepted. I pressed the wrong button. I didn't realize that Evan Ingram was that button. I was trying to check it down underneath because Tim Brown and Largent were open, but I didn't realize that Evan Ingram was that button. Oh, I threw a bad ball and it got picked off for it. I didn't realize. That's my fault, man. I didn't realize it was that number or that button, man. That's crazy stupid. That's crazy stupid. Oh, well, that's not off to a good start, is it? Basically a 3 and out because we give the ball back to him quickly. And it also adds an interception to Joey Harrington's stat line, which is super frustrating. Man, I hate that so much, man. Oh, that's a huge play. We knew it was going to be a run, and we brought it down. It's another 3 and out for Michigan State. All right, maybe we don't need a blowout here. Maybe we just need to win. Because it seems like Michigan State's defense is going to be bringing pressure. So maybe a win is all that I'm going to have to go for here. Just try to survive the game, get back on track in the win column. There's a nice little Steve Largent one. This is what I wanted him to do the previous drive where he got stopped at the 1 or with like 1 yard to go before the first down. That's what I wanted him to do. He didn't get to turn up the field quick enough, and they called him down right before. Very annoying. Hand off to Peyton Hillis. This is what we need to do. Get back to basics, baby. Get back to those freaking basics. We also need to go turn that shoe clock on and just drain the clock. Drain that clock. I've already abandoned my game plan of blowing them out because I'm just trying to win the game now. Unfortunately, that run from Peyton Hillis is coming back on a hold. It is Dermontti Dawson who gets called for it. Well, good job, Dermontti. You pulled us back, and you stupid. That's what you are. You're stupid. How do you get called for a hold? Peyton Hillis gets most of those yards back from the holding call. It becomes a 2nd and 11 now. And Ricky Williams, the freshman, comes in. All right, Ricky, what you got for us? Ricky not getting the same type of hold that Peyton Hillis has gotten in the past. And he will be brought down after a gain of, like, what, 3? It becomes a 3rd and 8 scenario. And this is kind of similar to what I just got stopped on previously. And Steve Largent will not be able to do anything there. And yes, it probably makes the most sense to take our points here. But again, I'm not very good at this game. And I am on the far right hash on the road. I'm 1,000% missing it. Evan Ingram breaks the tackle. If he doesn't break that tackle, we obviously get stopped there. So Evan Ingram breaking that tackle is unbelievably huge. There's no way I would have made that field goal. It's just not, it's not in the cards for me. I'm not good. Not good enough, at least, to make that field goal on the road. I know a lot of people might think, oh, that's an easy chip shot field goal. 40 yards, right hash, easy. Not for me. Not even at home, I don't think I would attempt that. If I was at the shoe, I don't think I would attempt that field goal. I just don't. If it's not right down the middle, I'm not going to make the field goal. It's just what happened. Well, there's a higher chance that I miss it. Let's say that, because I've made field goals from the different hashes during this college football cycle, but for some reason it's difficult for me. I can't figure it out. So if I can limit the amount of field goals I have to kick, then that will be what I'll do. We drain the clock to the end of the first quarter. We start the second quarter, and I'm pretty sure I called a run here. Nope, it's going to be a pass. Maybe they didn't hear the adjustment that I called. I don't know, but Joey Harrington's trying to scramble. I'm pretty sure I called a pass or a run there, but they called it a pass. Whatever, I don't know. Who cares? It's 4th and goal from the 2. We've got to try to score here. I don't have anything open. I think Joey just has to scramble. Just get in there, Joey. Thank God. Thank God Joey Harrington has just enough speed to run through there and get the freaking touchdown. Okay. That calms my nerves a little bit, but I'm still a little on edge about this whole game. This whole situation we got going on here. On the road, the offense has struggled a little bit to start the game. The defense has been on point. I will give them that. The defense has been lights out. But that doesn't mean things couldn't change on a dime, especially when you're playing an EA Sports video game on all Madden or on Heisman difficulty. You never know what could happen. All right, they do a little bit of a screen there to get him a few yards. Should I bring a blitz? Last time I brought a blitz, we stopped him on the run. It's going to be a pass, and what the heck? How did he get past me like that? What's the flag going to be? It's going to be a holding call. How did he run past? Did I not get a tackle animation? Why didn't I get a tackle animation for that? It's going to be a holding call, so we get bailed out there. Tank Carter picks up an injury. That's not good. Wonder if we can see MMG in the crowd. Tank Carter picking up an injury. Our starting linebacker, that means Phillips has to step in the box. Kenny Phillips, the free safety, has to step up in the linebacker spot. And we're going to rush the quarterback out of the pocket. He's going to run right into the waiting arms of our big dog defensive lineman, Jason Pierre-Paul, and he will get a sack. It's 3rd and 22. Tank Carter, I think it said he was done for the game there. That's a little check down, Kenny Phillips right there. And we might have to go to the depth chart here for a second. Let me take a look at the injury report just to make sure he is out for the game. He is got a bruised knee, so I wouldn't think he'd be out for the game. But let me just still go to the depth chart, and let me take a look at that sub linebacker spot. So we've got Kenny Phillips as the backup sub linebacker. We need to probably have, let's see. We could have Julian Peterson be the sub linebacker, or Al Wilson. Either one of those guys would be probably pretty fine. Let's have Al Wilson be the 3rd sub linebacker. I like Kenny Phillips, but I need somebody that actually has got some meat on the bones that can pop some people if given the opportunity. Fred Smoot back to return. It's been 3 straight punts for Michigan State's offense, which has been absolutely huge for us. We got bailed out, to be fair, by that holding call when they got the first down, but still. They also had a holding call on our drive, and we scored a touchdown off of it, so. Or after it, I guess, not off of it, but we scored a touchdown after the holding call. So they could have done the same thing, but they didn't do it. And Peyton Hillis continues to drive down the field. Good job, Peyton. Just milk that clock. Drain it, boy. Drain it. Drain that clock down. We will get the ball to start the second half, so we have a chance to do the double dip if executed right. And if we continue to get these massive gains, we might be able to do that perfectly. Ricky Williams comes back in. He had 1 carry already. Didn't really go for much. And this one's not going to go for much either. He ran over a dude, but only gets 2 yards out of it. Seems like Ricky's not getting the same holes that Peyton is. This will probably take us to the 2-minute warning right here. I mean, look at the hole that Peyton Hillis just got right there. There's no way that Ricky got that. He's getting the same blocking. There's no chance. We get to the 2-minute warning. We've drained a lot of time off this clock, both in the first quarter and now in the second quarter. We're going to go underneath. Going to try to fit that in. It's going to be intercepted because Steve Largent just stopped. And it's going to be a pick 6 because I have nobody that's fast enough. Peyton Hillis maybe can save it. I mean, he saved it, but it's at the 2. He might as well let him go. Need to stop here. And we're not going to get one. Oh, I should have just let them score the pick 6 in the first place. Obviously, I wasn't going to be able to stop them. I don't know what I was thinking. Oh, I can't believe I threw the pass, though. I can't believe I threw the pass. So we got to regroup, though. All we got to do is regroup. We still have the advantage, technically. So if we score here, we'll take the lead again. And it'll all be good. It'll all be fine and dandy. We don't have to worry about nothing. As long as I can find the right open man. There's Tim Brown wide open. I had to wait a little bit longer than I wanted to on that because I wasn't sure if he was going to clear that linebacker, if that linebacker was going to follow the entire time or not. So I had to make sure that the ball got past him. Because I've thrown that earlier before, and it has gotten either knocked down or picked off. So got to be careful with that. We've drained this to about a minute to go. Now under 30 seconds to go. I don't like these routes whatsoever. Because if that fade doesn't work, which I don't think it will, gonna have to find Tim Brown open, and I'll call my first timeout. Oh, who's gonna get this football, man? I don't even know. We're not in field goal range just yet. 20 seconds. Can I fit that into Evan Ingram? That's a tight throw. It's a better catch from Evan Ingram. Wow. I mean, those throws rarely ever work. That is a crazy good catch from Ingram there. That brings us to field goal range with 15 seconds to go and 1 timeout. I don't really want a field goal. I want a touchdown, and we might have had one. Steve Largent touchdown. Harrington delivers. Joey Harrington has just given us 1/2 of the double dip. Yep. That was a perfectly placed football. Right over the head of the DB. Out of reach. And Steve Largent just goes away with it. That is exactly the type of end of half score that we had to have, and we got it. Absolutely got it. And now with 11 seconds left, we'll see if we can stop this Michigan State team from adding any points. That'd be devastating if they were able to. And they're not going to even call a timeout here. They're just going to let it ride to the half. We will survive. Unless they snap this really... Oh, no, never mind. They're going to snap one more time here and throw it to the flat. So, I mean, why even snap it at that point? Unless you're trying to stat pad. But we make it to the half, up by a touchdown. We get the ball to start the second half. We're in a good spot. We begin the second half with the football, and this second half needs to be all our offense. And the jet sweep on the first play did not go well. Let's just say that. I didn't think they'd shut that down. I thought we'd be able to at least get around the corner, maybe get like a yard or something. I didn't think we'd go crazy, but that's not a good start to the drive. That's not a good start either. That could have been easily picked off. That ball floated for a long time, way longer than I wanted it to, that's for sure. That hung for a while. And you know what? This drive is not gone the way that I wanted it to go, but it might turn around right there. Jarvis Landry down the field. Does he have the wheels to get away? Jarvis Landry to the 8-yard line. That is a huge throw. And you know what? It's probably better he didn't score there because all I was really trying to do was get a first down, but but Jarvis ended up taking that way longer than I thought he was going to do it, and Peyton Hillis will try to score, gets down to the 1. I was going to try to take as much time off as possible, but the drive didn't begin the way that I wanted it to, and then Jarvis Landry absolutely cooks, and now Peyton Hillis, 2 plays later, is into the end zone, touchdown. We take a 2-score lead, 2-touchdown lead over the Spartans to begin this second half. We didn't take near enough time off the clock, but I'll take a touchdown, considering our defense, for the most part, has played very, very well against these boys, so we'll see what happens here on this first drive of the second half for Michigan State. We need a good defensive possession here. Good pressure from the D-line, like we've had previously. And we've shown so far in this game that if we get the good defensive pressure on the quarterback, he can't make the decisions quick enough, and he'll just scramble right into a sack. He's done that a couple different times today. They do a little wide receiver screen. It works very good for them. And they get to the 23-yard line. They're going to hand it off to the running back, and I missed the tackle with Erasmus James. I completely dove right in front of him. I thought he was going to do another cut to bring himself closer to me, but I was wrong. He just stayed where he was, and I completely whiffed. It wouldn't be a World of Juice video without me whiffing tackles, would it? Oh, I could really use a big hit stick, popping the fumble out. Popping the football out for a fumble. That would feed some families if that was the case. Oh, Fred Smoot got cooked, and I completely whiffed the tackle again. Oh, I'm selling. I'm not doing it on purpose, trust me. Oh, my God. I'm absolutely selling. Why am I missing these tackles more so than normal? I don't usually miss this many, at least not in a row. All right, focus up, focus up. To the end zone! Diving off the hands, incomplete. Wow, I thought he was going to make a heroic Superman type of catch there. That would have been insane if he was able to hold on to that. They go underneath, and he breaks the tackle because, of course, he does. You can never have a tackle on the first attempt. It just doesn't happen. And if it does, it's a very rare occurrence. That's underneath. That's going to be a touchdown because nobody's there. And 43 was blocking down the field in the end zone. And it's a touchdown just like that. See, this is why I wanted to take as much time off as possible to limit the amount of time Michigan State had. Unfortunately, we started the drive very slow and had to take drastic measures, which worked out for us because we ended up scoring in the end, but did not take as much time off as I really wanted to. This drive has to be the drive that we take time off. We need to obviously take the entire third quarter away with the last 2 minutes and 23 seconds, but we need to take like 3 or 4 minutes off the fourth quarter clock as well. This needs to be a massive drive that just drains and drains and drains, because there's no way, even if we score and make it a 2-score game again, there's no way that I want to give Michigan State this ball back with a lot of time. So we are going to try our very best to drain as much time off this clock as physically possible. I'm not going to take any deep shots, even if I'm provoked, even if I'm tempted. I'm going to stick to the game plan, and I'm going to drain, drain, drain. We've already taken away like 2.5 minutes of the clock, or 2:20 of the clock. Ricky Williams overpowering people. He runs over, and that should be the end of the third quarter right there. It will be. Okay, so we took the 2:23 off the third quarter clock that we needed to do, and we're still only around midfield. So we have plenty of space to work with here and plenty of time to take off. So let's go and do that right now. We fell out of the top 5, out of the top 10 to number 15 after that loss to Penn State, who's not even ranked after the win. That's what makes it hurt the worst, is that even by beating us, they don't even get ranked after it. So we definitely shouldn't have lost that game, as Peyton Hillis kind of got stuck on the offensive lineman there and got grabbed. That makes it a 2nd and 9. This needs to be a very good second down run to warrant a third down run. It's going to be a very good second down run, 3rd and 1. And you know what? I might have to switch Peyton Hillis and Ricky Williams, because Peyton Hillis feels super slow right now with the wear and tear. And look at the negatives he's got going on right now. He feels super slow with the negatives on his wear and tear. We also probably need to switch 3rd down running back and power back. So Let's switch that real quick, and let's switch that real quick. Okay. Peyton Hillis, I love you, but you're just, I mean, you're already not that fast to begin with, and those negatives are absolutely destroying you. So give Ricky Williams, Jonathan Stewart, everybody else a little bit of a chance to carry this team. I'm so nervous about what's going to happen in this game. Can I win the tackle battle? I kind of did win the tackle battle, but it didn't matter because there was somebody right there to tackle me as I was winning the tackle battle. Handoff. Ricky bounces there. Look at the change of direction from Ricky Williams. That is the type of just pure athleticism that you don't get from Peyton Hillis. I mean, tell me the last time you saw Peyton Hillis do that in one of these videos. That is pure skill and just natural ability from Ricky Williams. He's even able to bounce that and make some yards out of it and gets called for a first down. All right, Ricky Williams is making a big impact, and this is going to take us to the 2-minute warning here, this final play. And Hillis is back in. I thought I subbed him out in all the spots. Obviously, he found his way back onto the field. He gets hit again. Thankfully, he didn't fumble. And we go to the 2-minute warning here. We've done beautifully with my game plan here. Take all the third quarter clock and take most of the fourth quarter clock, and they're going to call inches on that? You're really going to call inches on that? That's a bad spot. Spartans use one of their 3 timeouts. It's 3rd and inches. Ricky Williams trying to give us a first down, and he will do it. And he will go down before into the end zone. A second timeout used by Michigan State. They are desperate to stop us right here. And it would be in my best interest to not score right here. We want Michigan State to have no timeouts. So even though I probably could score right there, thank God he didn't go in. I tried to stop him, but the tackle almost brought me into the end zone. We use all the timeouts from Michigan State, and I could just kneel it, I guess, and win that way. But, oh, and they get a free timeout because he fakes an injury? Oh, come on. They get a free timeout because a player on their team goes down with a quote-unquote injury. Ricky Williams does punch it in the end zone with 1:35 to go on the clock. But that's BS, man. You can't get injured with 1:40 or whatever it would have been to go, 1:35 to go, when you have no more timeouts. That's, I mean, talk about a clear and obvious faking injury. I mean, I knew Michigan State was filled with a bunch of scums, but I mean that's a scummy thing to do, and they did it. Absolutely diabolically diabolical. 1:35 to go, no timeouts, down by 2 touchdowns. Spartans need a touchdown instantly, basically, and they're not going to get on the first play. It's going to be a sack. Julian Peterson, I think, or is that Jason Pierre-Paul? I couldn't tell who it was. I think it was Jason Pierre-Paul. Jason Pierre-Paul with the sack on the quarterback. That is a huge negative play, loss of 10. They're going to fire it in. Intercepted by Kyle Wilson. And that'll be the ball game. The Buckeyes will survive on the road against the Spartans. Oh, we needed that one. We needed that one. That's a big old win. That is a big old win. 28-14 on the road. The Buckeyes deliver. It looked a little shaky there for a second. It really did. But Kyle Wilson comes up clutch with a big interception to ice it. Peyton Hillis, we relied on him a lot. He got the job done. Joey Harrington delivered a couple of big balls to some big-time receivers, and we got the job done in the end, and that's all I really care about. We're on the road. We didn't have any recruits on campus, obviously, so it's not like we needed a blowout. It's a big win against a top 25 team that was undefeated. That's their first loss. So we suffered our first loss of the year last episode, and now the Spartans suffer their first loss this episode. That is a big one. That is a big score. We actually get a level up off of that. That's huge. So we get 10 more coach points. And we will advance the week to week number 10, where we take on, is it Iowa? I think it's Iowa, right? In the next episode. We're looking good on some recruits. We're second on a few 5-stars. And it is Iowa, who's number 16. We jumped from 15 to 8 off of that win against Michigan State. That's kind of big, actually. That is kind of big. Do we get any other commitments? No, nothing like that. We do get a deal breaker playing style. He is a running back, a receiving running back. What is the deal breaker on that? Receiving back, yards per game, Receiving yards per game, 252. So obviously we're not throwing the ball enough for his liking. Okay, so we have 65. We have all the amount of hours that we can put on these guys, and they're all scheduled. Actually, this guy's not scheduled for a visit. We got to get him on campus, and it looks like he's going to come on for the game. What a game to come on campus for. What a game to come on campus for. These guys are all committed, or all on campus soon. This guy's not. Sam Foster. He's going to come on campus in the game. Man, we're really loading up the game, aren't we? I'm kind of terrified now. I'm kind of terrified. Tyrone Clowney, we'll get him on. Oh, no, never mind. He's got a negative visit on. Oh, that means we can't get him scheduled then. It's a little annoying. We might not be able to get him on a visit. You know what? I think I might just take the negative. Just take the negatives. What's he like? He likes pro potential. Well, it's a good thing we got an A+ in pro potential. All right, we're going to take the negative bonus and hope it's not that much for the game against Michigan. And we will spend our coach points. Do we need to go into here? Or do we need to go into motivator? I think we need to go into motivator. Yeah, let's keep spending into motivator. Keep buying all that stuff. And that'll be the end of the episode. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, leave it a like, subscribe to the channel, and join the Juice Club. Thank you so much. Stop by and watch. I truly appreciate it. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.